Hi, join me in this 5-minute workout to strengthen your knees for skis. Some equipment I'll be using is a resistance band and an 8-kilogram kettlebell. If you don't have any equipment, I'll give some variants that don't require any. The first exercise is windshield wipers, which is a great way to stretch the hip. Second, we have lunges with thoracic twists. Now we don't often rotate our upper back during everyday life, so it's a good mobilization. Crab walking is helpful because it strengthens the gluteus medius. That's a small muscle in the hip that allows us to pull our leg outward. It's often underdeveloped and it's a cause of injuries, and so it's a good idea to strengthen it. While doing star slides, it might be easier to be either wearing socks or to have a towel underneath your foot. But the important part is that the leg that is fixed on the ground is taking most of the weight. The exercise is going to mainly work the quadriceps of that leg. Both squatting and lunging are compound movements, which means they work multiple muscle groups at once. This is a helpful way of building strength in the lower body. As we do skater jumps, try and work on control. Landing at the front of your foot, making a soft landing and absorbing the energy as you bend your knee. It's good for skiers and snowboarders to have competent abs, so we'll throw in an ab workout here and there during these videos. If you pull your belly button in during the 30 seconds of this exercise, you'll be working your transversus abdominis, which is the deepest of your abs, and it's responsible for stabilizing the lower back. It can be a good idea to do this during any ab workouts, and it's a good muscle to strengthen. Hi, join me for another 5-minute workout to prepare your knees for skis. In today's video, there's no equipment necessary. The first few exercises we'll do are activation exercises. Their purpose is to help us warm up and increase the connection from our brain to our muscles. This compound exercise is beneficial because it strengthens the inner thigh. Not a lot of exercises directly contribute to strengthening these muscles, but they're very important for pivoting and changing direction, which is important for skiers and snowboarders. So it's a good idea to strengthen them. We'll be working on the calf a lot in this course, and we often strengthen them with heel raises, but in this case we're doing a heel raise with our knees bent. And this is beneficial because it strengthens the soleus, which is an often overlooked muscle that contributes to ankle stability. During this exercise, let's focus on control. So we're going to land at the front of the foot and try and soften the landing by absorbing the energy by bending our knees. The back, gluteal, hamstring, and calf muscles are part of what's called the posterior chain. And when we sit a lot, watch TV, and lean forwards, we don't tend to activate these muscles. And so exercises like these are great at strengthening the muscles in the posterior chain, but just like the name says, it's mostly for our gluteal muscles. By extending our legs, we're increasing activation in those other posterior chain muscles. Pogo hops are useful for increasing stability in the ankle. Try not to bend your knees too much when you're jumping, and this will help you work on generating more explosive force. To get into the pigeon stretch, I recommend going on all fours, choosing one knee and putting it in front of your body. Then the opposite foot is going to go further backwards. When you're comfortable, lean your body forwards and put your body weight over that knee that's in front of you. You should feel a stretch in the side of your hip. You're mainly stretching your gluteus medius. Focus on relaxing and taking deep breaths. Things that I think are important for the slopes are going to be hip mobility, strength of the muscle group surrounding the knee, brain to foot coordination for landing well, and good balance. Hi, join me in a 5-minute workout to prepare your knees for winter sports. Today's video, no equipment is necessary. The inchworm is a useful activation exercise. It works a lot of different muscle groups by gently stretching and mobilizing both muscles and joints. In this hip activation combo, we're going to be doing dynamic stretching, so opening the hip, closing the hip, and then doing lateral lunges to stretch the groin. We're avoiding doing long passive stretches, as studies have shown that then decreases explosive power in exercising. This exercise is helpful in developing more explosive force. The more we have in reserve, the better our experience will be on the slopes. Let's talk about lunge form. Depending on it, you'll work some muscles more than others. Let me suggest one form for people who have popping in their knees when they lunge and squat. Rather than leaning forwards, you're going to go directly downward as you lunge. The knee in front of you is going to stay where it is, and the knee behind you is going to go up and down, following an imaginary line. This form is mostly going to work the quadriceps of your knee that's behind you. If you want your form to translate more into real-world athletics, then you could move the knee that's in front of you more forwards as you lunge. As you can see, I'm doing an in-between form. Though it's not necessary, for the next exercise I recommend having a visual marker on the floor. We're going to be jumping from one side to the other of it on one foot. I'm going to be using a cone, but if you don't have something similar, I might recommend a business card. To do the standing hamstring stretch, put one foot in front of you flat on the ground and keep that leg's knee straight. The opposite knee you can bend, and if you can, roll your hips to increase the curvature of your lower back. Slightly incline your trunk forwards, and hopefully you'll feel a stretch in the back of the thigh of the leg that you put forwards. Hi! Join me in a 5-minute workout to strengthen your knees for skis. In this video, I'm going to use a medium weight, which is, in my case, an 8-kilogram kettlebell. We're going to start today's workout with a hip activation exercise. Second, we'll strengthen the gluteal muscles. In this next exercise, we'll mainly strengthen the gluteus medius, which is that small muscle in the side of your hip that can be responsible for a lot of injuries if it's not strong enough. If you want your form to mostly target it, follow these guidelines. Create an imaginary line from the back of your shoulders through your hips and to your extended leg's heel. Try and keep your body through this straight line and not bend it too much like a banana. Extend and keep your straight leg 10 to 15 degrees backwards from this imaginary line, and also keep your foot parallel to the ground as you lift it up and down. Finally, make sure your body's not rocking backward or forwards when you're lifting your leg to make sure the gluteus medius is working to lift up your leg. Having competent abs is important for rotation movements, jumps, and stabilizing the spine when you go down the slopes, so it's important to strengthen them. Try to prevent your hips from rotating too much as you hold the plank, and also if you want to strengthen your deepest ab, the transversus abdominis, more, then pull in your belly button during the entire exercise. This exercise is a great way to build explosive power, but also protect your joints. By quickly going from one jump to the next, your heels barely touch the ground. This means your calves are taking in most of the energy of your jump and transforming them into a new jump before your passive structures, like meniscus and cartilage in your knees, can take the hit. Doing balance exercises will work a lot of muscles that stabilize your ankle. It also helps you work on your proprioception, which is the connection in between the sensory receptors in your foot and your brain. For this exercise, lie on your back and bend your knees. Grab one knee in each hand and make them do little circles. Wherever you feel your inner thighs stretch the most, stay in that position. Pull your knees closer to your chest and hold. This passive stretch should be uncomfortable but not painful. Hi, join me for another 5-minute workout. In today's video, no equipment is necessary. Let's start by doing a lunge plus some thoracic twists. To get strength in our lower limbs, there's no way around strengthening. So that's what we're doing in this exercise. As well as blast our quads, we want to work the soleus muscle, the often forgotten calf muscle that we've mentioned before that's strengthened when doing calf raises with knees bent. The piriformis is a small muscle in the bum that can be responsible for tight hips or even back pain. To stretch it, bend one knee and place the opposite foot in front of it. Grab that knee with your hands and pull it toward your chest. You can change the height of your foot or the orientation of that same leg's knee to see if it changes the stretch sensation. You should feel a stretch in the bum of the elevated leg. Once you feel it, hold for 30 seconds. The iliopsoas is a muscle that can get tight from prolonged sitting, and if so, it tends to pull the lower back forwards. To stretch it, we're going to go on one knee. While keeping our back straight, we're then going to slightly lean forward. If you can, do a posterior pelvic tilt, which is where you tighten your glutes and abs to rotate your lower back backwards. This should help increase the stretch on this muscle. If you don't know how to do this, you can look in our social media. We've made a video that shows how to control your pelvic tilt, or maybe look up #postureplan and #pelvic tilt, and hopefully it shows up for you. This is the same stretch as we did in the last workout, and it's good for stretching the groin. Well done for completing this workout. I'll see you in the next one.